Unfortunately, as impossible as it seems, this is not clickbait. The US government has actually really banned DJI drones and pretty much any good alternative that exists. The era of all of us drone enthusiasts and professionals in the US seems to be coming to an end. So this really started like 2019, 2023. So don't try to be like blaming Trump on this. This is bipartisan bullshit. The US federal government put a ban in place so that federal agencies could not use DJI drones, citing security risks. And the way the Chinese government and Chinese corporations are structured, the US government has concerns that there's not enough of a boundary there, that the Chinese government can just at any time take potentially secret information from DJI. And DJI did everything they could to address this, but never to the satisfaction of the US government. I'll get into that a little bit more later. In 2024, during the Biden administration, the Countering CCP Drones Act passes, and it gives a 1-year period for DJI to get an audit done by a U.S. government agency, and that U.S. government agency needs to look at their manufacturing process, all the software, and make sure that none of it could potentially compromise U.S. interests, like U.S. security. Well, guess what? A year passed and they didn't get that audit done, and thus DJI drones are automatically put on the FCC's covered list. Now, the FCC, the Federal Communications Administration, they get to say what electronic devices can communicate wirelessly here in the United States. And everything communicates wirelessly, right? Literally everything, every Wi-Fi, but certainly drones with their remote controls. So DJI drones are now on that list because they didn't get their audit done. But why didn't they get their audit done? All the government agencies that could do the audit, like the Department of Justice, the FBI, they just said no. And DJI lobbied hard, please do the audit. We're ready. We need to get the audit done now. They pushed him, and they all just declined. So it kind of seems like the audit thing was just complete BS, right? The Biden administration simply decided to ban DJI, and the Trump administration decided to do nothing to block it. Now, this does apply to any new models imported into the US. Any future drones, it's a no-go. Anything that's been imported into the US, you can still buy that. The drones that you currently own, they should continue to operate, though there's some big questions about how long they're going to continue to operate. What about this alternative brand name that DJI has been using, or other Chinese companies like Autel? Well, they might not specifically be on the banned list, but they can get banned really, really easy. It doesn't take a year probation the next time. It doesn't require an act of Congress or an executive action. The FCC alone can simply ban any other Chinese companies that start selling sufficient amounts of drones to catch their attention. So really nothing is safe. So can you still fly your existing drone? Yes, you can fly your existing DJI drone, but you can't really get any new parts for it. You can't replace it. And that means if you crash it, you're pretty much out of luck. Will DJI be issuing you firmware updates? It's kind of unclear. And in fact, I'm really concerned that the apps currently in the store, like your DJI Fly app, could go away. So what I did today was I powered up my drones. I'm in New York City, so I'm not flying every day anymore, but I powered up my drones and I'm installing the firmware updates while I can still get them, so I have the latest version of the software. And I'm not ever going to uninstall the DJI apps. In fact, Apple will automatically uninstall it to free up space. I need to make sure those apps stay installed. And if I ever upgrade my phone after the app disappears, well, I might have to hold on to my old phone just to operate the drone. So fine, just buy a non-Chinese drone. Why don't you? Why don't you buy a Skydio? Well, they exited the market in 2023. Why don't you buy one of those super cool Sony Air something drones? They just left the market in March of 2025. Why? Because they couldn't compete with DJI. As crazy as that is, DJI was such a dominant force to literally be, in my opinion, a legal monopoly. Nobody could compete with them. They were just selling drones so cheaply. And as a result, we don't have any competitors. Sony, one of the biggest companies in the world, dropped out of that industry. They could not even compete with DJI. Autel also named in the act, also banned just like DJI. What about other Chinese brands? I've been hearing about this Insta360 air gravity, whatever cool drone that just got out the last couple of days. Fact is, I don't know much about it because I'm not going to review it, because while it's not listed on the list of banned companies right now, it probably will be any day now. If they start to sell a decent number of them, they'll get banned, and then you very well might lose support for repairs and things like that. So it's not worth it. Hover Air, Potensic, also Chinese brands. Basically, all the half-decent drone manufacturers are Chinese. I know what you're asking. Oh, maybe I'll just take a little visit up to Montreal. Great. Do you want to be a smuggler? Because that's illegal. It would be contraband for you to go to another country and buy a drone and bring it back in. So if you decide to do that, definitely don't put it in the brand new box. You could bring your drone to Mexico and bring it back since you previously owned it, and maybe customs can't distinguish between an existing model of drone that you brought to Mexico and brought back. But I wouldn't count on that. And also, I'm not going to tell anybody to be a smuggler. Please don't be a smuggler. That's illegal, and you could get into a lot of trouble. And customs could steal your drone. They could seize it, and then you wouldn't have a drone. You'd be out everything you paid for it. And there's also a good chance that drones manufactured for use in other countries will be geo-locked, and you won't be able to activate them in the United States. Now, there is a legal clone of a Mavic 3 Enterprise, a DJI Mavic 3 Enterprise by a company called Anzu, which is kind of like a shell company for DJI or something, but it's manufactured in Malaysia, not China. But otherwise, it's exactly the DJI 3 Enterprise. So this is an option for you. The problem is it costs like $5,000, and it's like an enterprise drone. It's not really meant for vloggers, so it has like weird features that you would never use. So it's not really for you. But maybe DJI in the future could expand Anzu to manufacture something that is like the DJI Mavic 4 Pro, but not exactly the DJI Mavic 4 Pro. You could buy existing US DJI drones on the used market, on eBay or something. And if you're going to do that now. You can still buy new DJI drones that have previously been imported into the country. Buy it now, because that stock is going to be limited. And if you're thinking about selling your DJI drone, if you're just not ever going to use it, you know what? I would hold out a couple of months until all the new stock is gone, until Amazon and B&H have run out of drones, because then the used price is going to climb as people who need drones, like professional drone pilots like myself, people doing it for real estate, even just vloggers who need that establishing shot or B-roll, we will be crashing our drones, and we will need to buy new drones at some point. So we'll have to go to the used market, and I think that used industry in the US will go way up. Or you could decide just not to use a drone. Before drones, we hired helicopters. Like filmmakers hired helicopters to get those aerial shots. Around New York, that's often still your best bet, is to hire a helicopter. And you could do that. And especially in big cities, it's not necessarily as expensive as you think, but as an average vlogger who just wants to show us riding their bike down the street, you're not going to hire a helicopter to do that. So it's going to push a lot of us out of just using aerials at all. Since I've been in New York City, I've been using a lot of stock footage, because you can't just legally fly a drone in New York City. And that works pretty well. I just look up, okay, stock footage of New York City at night, and I drop it in my video. And then there's this new emerging trend, which is I consider to be a threat, but might actually be your best bet here, which is generative AI video. It's emerging. It's not 100% there yet, but real soon you'll be able to just drop in a picture of your car, and then you'll be able to say generative AI, like, show this car driving over the Brooklyn Bridge, and it'll just like make a convincing drone shot for you that could be personalized, that could feature you or your bike or your car in such a way that nobody would know it wasn't shot by a drone, and that will be easier and cheaper, and it won't require. So I actually think that's going to be a big thing happening in the US, is all the drone shots we were getting ourselves, will just push that to generative AI, and that'll be accelerated by the fact that we can't get a half-decent drone in the US anymore. Why didn't I believe that this was going to happen? Because I actually didn't believe DJI was going to get banned. The reason is, like, TikTok didn't get banned, right? Remember the whole TikTok ban thing, and everybody was getting freaked out about it, and then it never happened. I thought this would just go the same way. After all, DJI is a super, super, super rich company. They make a ton of money in the US. They have a lot of lobbyists. And there's lots of consumers and businesses in the US who rely on DJI drones. And that's a big enough force that the government won't ignore all of us, right? But they did. The ban actually went through. The TikTok ban didn't. So what's the difference? Well, first, TikTok is software. It's just code. They can just pick up that software and move it over to the United States. And that's what they did with Project Texas. And all the data is now on Oracle servers in Texas. The code is completely separate from the Chinese code. DJI is hardware. It's designed and manufactured in Shenzhen, China. And they can't easily move that manufacturing to the United States. And it seems like the US government is concerned that if it's manufactured in China, then the Chinese government could insert some kill switch in there that could stop it from operating, or I don't know, maybe take control and cause it to crash into your windshield and crack it or something. Software versus hardware. Software, easy to pick up and move. Code can be reviewed. Hardware is a tangible object built in a foreign country where that whole supply chain is tied in so closely that it's not easy to move somewhere else. TikTok was also partially protected by the Constitution, free speech. If you were to shut down TikTok, well, there's 150 million Americans, like half of us, who use that as a platform for free speech or influencer stuff or weird dances. DJI, however, is a radio service. It's managed by the FCC, and the FCC has the power to just ban those transmitters, as they just did. ByteDance, the company who owns TikTok, was able to just like sell the algorithm and the code and just put all that somewhere else. Whereas, while DJI has a US presence, it's mostly just sales. Like all the engineering and manufacturing facilities are in China. And that's really not that easy to pick up and move. Like moving manufacturing to the US is a big deal, and it didn't happen. Trust me, DJI wants to make money. They want to keep selling drones to us, but they weren't able to make it happen. Me personally, I think TikTok has always been the bigger security risk to the United States. But TikTok is a soft power. The TikTok algorithm could push some form of propaganda, left wing or right wing, vaccinated or unvaccinated. Could favor some type of content in the algorithm, pushing it to hundreds of millions of Americans and slightly shifting their view, which could potentially change the outcome of elections or could help China in one way or another. I actually always found that fairly scary, but it is a soft power. While drones themselves are hard power, they are kinetic. It is a physical thing that can take pictures of potentially secret locations that we rely on, that we inspect our power supplies, our electrical lines with, and the U.S. infrastructure does currently rely on drones, and specifically DJI drones. And even if DJI were to just kill all those things by just making them non-functional, that would have a pretty devastating effect on the economy. So I kind of get what they're saying here, that it's not good for the U.S. to be so heavily reliant on DJI. I'm just upset that we don't have any alternative. I do want to address this. The Chinese government could use DJI to attack the US. I see this as extremely unlikely. That would be just like death for China. Like China over the last 50 years has built itself up manufacturing things, selling our products. And they've done an amazing job. Like they make a lot of the best stuff in the world. Like literally the best smartphones you can't buy are made in China. We can't buy them here in the US. Same thing with the cars. Chinese cars nowadays, really amazing. But I don't know. I don't ever get to see them because, again, we can't buy them in the US. And now Chinese drones are absolutely amazing, but we can't buy them in the US either. So I'm feeling kind of left out. But in this scenario where China was like, screw the US, we're shutting down all DJI drones, or maybe we're taking control of them and like we're smashing them into power supplies and exploding the batteries, or some nightmare war-like scenario like this. Like that's the end of China. The Chinese economy relies on people from other countries buying their stuff. And if China suddenly uses the stuff that you bought to attack you, nobody's ever going to buy Chinese stuff again. And that would lead to a massive, massive recession in China, and they would lose the last 50 years of progress that they've had, right? So I consider this to be an extremely, extremely unlikely scenario, but I'm not in the US government security. I did security and IT security and computer security and physical security for more than a decade of my life. That was my job, but it's not now. And maybe somebody in the military or the government knows something I don't, But I don't see that as a likely scenario at all. Maybe this ban will be in place and then Trump will just make an executive order and roll it back next week. I don't think that's going to happen. And here's the thing, like Huawei and other Chinese cell phones, you still can't buy them in the US, and it's been a long time. And that's because those companies are categorized as like edge computing or telecommunications equipment, and the FCC has jurisdiction over them. But that ban didn't change. And I don't think this ban is going to change either. Another reason TikTok gets to live, DJI dies, is just lobbying power. Well, DJI had an amazing team of like more than 1,000 high-paid lobbyists and lots of enthusiasts in the US. TikTok had the power of 150 million people. And I remember the day TikTok put up a little modal window that you couldn't close, that you had to read and click, that just asked President Trump specifically for help saving the platform. And then all the TikTok users like contacted their congressman, just like flooding the lines. And those 150 million TikTok users who didn't want their social media platform to disappear did have a big impact. And Trump pushed it back because of that. But DJI and all of us drone enthusiasts and drone professionals, we didn't have the same voice. And so we don't get to have our drones anymore. So I want to ask you, do you think, is the DJI ban good for America? I'll even expand the scope. Is the cell phone ban, is the Chinese car ban, are these things good for America? Or should America be allowed to compete in the free market? Is this how we block out competitors? Is this how we stop threats? Do we shut down an entire industry because we imagine a scenario where it could be weaponized? I mean, I guess the way I'm even phrasing the question shows sort of the conclusion that I've come to, but in the comments, I would love to hear your point of view, whether you agree with me or disagree with me, because please convince me that this is a good thing. I would take comfort in finding out that this is a good thing. Thanks for watching.